Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. It's Thursday, a lot of college football to go over, so that's what we're going to focus on today. Happy New Year, happy 2026. Hope you guys had a great night last night. Two guests today. Gianni's going to come on, talk about the Steam Report, and then Joe Raineri. We're putting him through the ringer today. He's going to break down Alabama, Indiana, Ole Miss, and Georgia, and then we're going to take a look NBA, Sixers, and Mavericks. Big game tonight, so no time to waste. Let's bring in Gianni, and while we're doing that, you guys know, please hit the like button. We're here New Year's Day. We're fighting through everything. Gianni, happy New Year. Let's have a good 2026, brother. Let's have a big
I'm
one.
Excited.
Right?
I'm so excited for 2026, man. I really am.
Good.
Here and in, coming off a great close to 2025, and great day to start it. 3 playoff games: college basketball, NBA, NHL, and NFL just a few days away. So we got a lot to start off the year and do some damage with.
I ended 2025 with a winning bet. Luke Cornett over 6.5 points. Let's go, Luke. Bring us into the new year with a winner, buddy.
Yep, I ended up winning the New Year's yesterday too, and it's always good to close out with a winning day and then start with a winning day today.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into the Steam Report. Let's start with college football. Are we seeing anything drastic? I think Dan said Texas Tech ended up closing as the favorite.
We saw a flip of favorite for sure there. The difference of opinions with betting syndicates. We saw early sharp money come in on the Oregon side, and then we saw a lot of late sharp money come in on Texas Tech. Public seems to be heavier on Oregon. Some books that I spoke to have a lot of exposure on Oregon, others not so much. I got down early on Oregon. I took a bad number. I think we took the money line at like minus 120, 125. So obviously I'm hoping to be the product of good luck, because I could have got plus 1.5 now, or plus probably 110 on the money line. But like I said, we got down earlier on Oregon. Also, the over-under hasn't seen much movement on the total, and that's because the sharp money continues to pound the under when they see 51. So the over's getting hit by the public, 50.5s, and when the off screens are going to 51, we've been picking them off. I actually sent out a late steam move on under at 51 on Oregon, Texas Tech. Alabama, Indiana, the line tells you everything you need to know. Indiana opened 6.5, now up to 7.5. They went through that key number today, even though more recreational bettors are on Alabama, and that's because the sharp money has come in on Indiana. They believe in this Indiana team, and why not? Top 3 offense, top 3 defense, and top 20 strength of schedule. And they just beat Ohio State. A lot think this is a letdown game for them. I'm not too sure. They had a plenty of time, and that's coming from someone who has a future on Alabama. Georgia, Mississippi. Surprised this one hasn't gotten to 7. It probably will get to 7 before kickoff, because the risk is starting to pile up on Georgia. Not surprising. This is the rematch. Georgia beat them earlier in the season at Georgia. But if you take a look at that line, Georgia was only about a 7.5 point favorite at home in that game. They're now about a 6.5 playing in the Superdome. So a lot of respect from the odds makers on Georgia, and the market seems to think Georgia's the right side. I'm seeing Georgia straight bets, Georgia parlays, Georgia moneyline parlays, and Georgia teasers. So a lot of risk will be on Georgia, depending on how the early games do. So don't be surprised if you see that get to 7. I think higher probability it gets to 7 than 6, I was about to say. And right now I just looked at Superbook. They have 6 up at the Westgate, minus 105, both sides. So they must have taken some sharp money on Mississippi over there. Which is surprising, because I would think they have a lot of risk piling up on Georgia. So that's the 3 playoff games today. A lot of action. And when you get these marquee games, Andrew, what usually happens is you get more balance than what's reported early. We see it every year in the Super Bowl, where after the first week, the books are heavy on one side. But by the time the game kicks off, they get a lot more balance, because you're talking about the best teams left. And there's a lot of parity, a lot of opinions on both sides. And that's kind of what we're seeing with these games today.
I don't know if this is even if you can even take a guess at this, but Dan, Gianni, surely parlays got blown out of the water last night with Ohio State. So, Gianni, when you see something like this where Ohio State was parlayed with a lot today,
Georgia,
what's generally the chase? Are they chasing plus money? Because we see this in UFC. If fights aren't going very good, you see the dog in the main event take a lot of money late because people are trying to get that plus money. So we lose the huge Ohio State parlay piece. What generally comes in today on something like that?
They're going to chase that second piece, and now they just got to bet more on it. What usually happens when they parlay ahead of time with football, it's because they like an NFL game on Sunday. That's a strong play for them, or a playoff game today is a strong play for them. So they start parlaying things earlier in the week that look automatic. Ohio State 10-point favorite, money line looks automatic. Even if they don't cover, they shouldn't lose that game. And we call them bridge jumpers back east in the East Coast. Those were the guys that went to the horse track and would look for that 1-5 favorite in a 5-horse race and unload. They bet, $1,000 to win $50. And it's great. It works because more times than not, the 1-5 comes in, but it's that one time that it doesn't come in that you wipe out your whole bankroll. And that's why they call them bridge jumpers. And that's what you're going to get today. A lot of money line parlays where they think it looks like automatic, like Georgia shouldn't lose this game. And I think that's where you're going to see a lot of teaser and money line action with Georgia. I'm also seeing a lot of money line on Alabama. That is a little worrisome if you like the dog. And like I said, I have a future on Alabama, but anytime I see the recreational bettors, the market offering them 7.5 points, and they think they don't need it, that the plus 200 is more attractive. That tends to worry me. Again, Alabama's Alabama. We know who they are. But I just don't think Indiana's getting much respect in this game. Even though the market is up to 7.5, I just don't think the bettors are giving them much respect. Like the market, the odds makers have to, because the sharp money has come in and spoken. But I don't think like the rest of the bettors, the public, really believes in Indiana.
Well, as somebody that graduated from IU, I will tell you, Gianni, it's such a mind. Indiana and Alabama and Indiana as a favorite in the college football playoff, it doesn't sound right.
Of more than a touchdown, they're 7.5 now.
I'm 45 years old. This shouldn't happen. Never in my lifetime should this happen.
But there's guys that I respect. There's guys that I respect. Perfect example. I don't know if you know, he's a math guy, Ed Fang. He does really good work with power ratings. He actually power rated this game. He said Indiana should be close to an 11-point favorite, 10, 11-point favorite. That's a sharp guy. That's not some guy just pulling numbers out of the sky. You know what I mean? That's a sharp, respected opinion telling you he thinks they should be a double-digit favorite in this game. And you saw the market creeping towards his opinion instead of the other way. So I got to respect it.
Yeah. I just like the average Joe that's out there, when you just say Alabama, Indiana, and Alabama's getting a touchdown, you're just like, this is the gift, right? It can't be. It can't happen.
Yeah.
So, what are we seeing in college basketball? I know we got some college basketball going on today.
A lot of college basketball action, not the sexy matchups, but that's why you get a lot of sharp action. I'll go real quickly. 728 Youngstown -1, 1.5. 731 Samford -4.5, 5. That one got hit by multiple groups for some reason. Samford really sticks out. 741 Cal Baptist -1.5. 743 Evansville +15, 14.5, 14, and 13.5. They pounded Evansville. 753 Western Illinois +14. 763 Nebraska Omaha from +9 to +8. 769 Bradley +5.5 and 5. And 788 Sac State +11.5 and 11. Again, not the most marquee names, but that's why you're getting a lot of sharp action with these kind of matchups.
Yeah, with college football playoffs, kind of hard to imagine.
No one cares about Georgia Southern versus Coastal Carolina in college basketball at 10 a.m. No one cares. The only one that cares is the sharp bettors. That's why the market's going to move so significantly with these
Absolutely.
lines. Like if you ever want to piggyback steam, today's the day to do it. Just watch the follow, and any line moves on college basketball are legit today because ain't nobody else betting IU Indianapolis against Northern Kentucky. In fact, we bet the under in that game. It was 177, and we went under. We went under. Of
course you did. Wait, say that one again.
IU Indianapolis against Northern Kentucky. We went under 177 and 76, if that tells you anything.
I live in Indianapolis, and I couldn't even tell you where IU Indianapolis is. Unless it's IUPUI, but it's like that's crazy, Yanni.
I couldn't tell you a player on the team, the color of the jersey.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Give us the under. A lot of breaks. A lot of breaks. All right. So we'll go more in depth on Football Friday tomorrow. But are we seeing anything happening with NFL? I know RJ pointed out, looks like hope Chris Olave is okay. He just got ruled out with blood clot. That's always terrifying seeing an athlete. So, but we're seeing things like this. I know the Colts are starting Riley Leonard now. So, are we seeing any?
Tune is official in Green Bay. That's why Minnesota is now up to an 8-point favorite. This is a tough week, man. This is the truth is we love NFL. It's on, and we're going to bet it. But you have to be very selective in this week. There's only a handful of games that matter, and you just can't handicap and quantify motivation with teams that have nothing to play for that are playing each other. Like, you truly are guessing. You don't know if the coach is going to pull starters after the first quarter, if he wants to play younger guys, if there's guys that have incentives in their contracts. Like, there's so much going on in the last week. There's so many factors to consider. You have to just keep it real with yourself and say, the market's probably ahead of me. The odds makers are probably ahead of me. If I could pick a couple spots where I find some value because the public knocked the line out of whack, I'll get involved. Otherwise, the playoffs are coming up a week away where everybody is going to be motivated to win. Like, you don't have to worry about motivation anymore. So again, my suggestion I'm going to talk about in the steam room is we're going to stay very selective on Sunday. And why bleed out any of the profits? There will be opportunities because, again, the bettors will bet because it's NFL. And I think that's where you wait for some of these lines to get knocked out of whack. Because once you see 4, 5, 6, 7-point line movements, it shows that the market's inefficient. But if you're not getting out ahead of that, it's useless anyway.
Week 18 in the player props market, Yanni, I've had some of my best weeks and my worst weeks.
Yeah, I would think the variance is so high. That's exactly it.
I've gone 10-1 and 1-10.
The variance has to be so high with those.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us Thursday. Tell everyone what you have up for today.
Yeah, I have tonight the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl in a package. Both 4% plays are in there for you. I have Friday bowl games, 2 of them already, 2 4% plays for Friday. Saturday NFL and Sunday NFL packages are already up. Like I said, if you're going to bet this final week, you got to get out ahead of the market. And then on Sunday, we'll fire some late stuff in the steam room. So starting off the year selective and looking to build some profit and have a great 2026. Let's do some damage, and best of luck to everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Mitchells. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Yanni. Can't wait to see you tomorrow on
Happy New Year, brother.
Happy New Year, my man. Thank you.
Let's give some love to everybody in the chat for joining us.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank you, Jim, David. Love you, brother. Thank you so much. Rob, I've been telling everyone I know to hammer the under. So obvious, yes, Rob.
Yeah, and I'm sure everyone was saying to Rob, "Who the hell are you talking about? Who is IU Indianapolis?" He's been telling everyone that he knows. Nobody even knows what school he's talking about there. But
absolutely,
dude, I appreciate Yanni coming with a tepid tone. You know, a lot of people probably struggling this AM. So we're keeping it at a dull roar for you. Question here from Rex for fun. I was telling you, Andy, went out last night, and then I had the absolute pleasure of driving to LAX this morning to drop some family off the airport. So it was a nap last night, Andy. It was not a sleep, but while driving, dude, the rain was absolutely crazy. There was some wild downpours, but that being said, all that you're seeing on TV where, you know, they're squeegeeing off the field and everything like that, it's talking points. It's not going to be raining this afternoon. If it is, it's going to be light rain, and this game's going to go at 4:10 Eastern, which means 1:10 our time. The hardest stuff has already moved through. I'm looking out my window, and it's sunny already here, as it usually is. I don't think that will be the case, but we know what do you look for? You look for rain, you look for wind. It's basically going to be 6 mile per hour sustained winds. Rose Bowl isn't really a spot that gets any coastal wind. Obviously, it's a little more inland. But if there is some weather in this game, it is worth pointing out that Alabama really hasn't played in weather at all this season. Indiana hasn't either. You know, there was a little bit of rain, a pretty big downpour at the end of a win, but the game was already over. It was Michigan State back in October 18th. So neither of these teams have seen much rain. So, you know, they were asking, who do you think it favors? I mean, Alabama has seen none of it. Indiana at least has seen some of it. But will it really affect the game? I don't expect it to be any crazy downpours like we had this morning. But don't let ESPN ruin that from all the shots they're going to show you of people squeegeeing the field.
I love it. You know this. My favorite is the wind when they're like, it's so windy, and they show the flags up on top of the stadium,
and then everybody's betting under. Everybody's betting under. I'll tell you, if the game keeps going down, and I know two stout defenses, I think I may at least have to be on like the first half over or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Or a team total over. If it keeps coming down, it keeps coming down, because I don't think weather is going to be the reason that this game goes under. Would be the way that I would say, Andy.
You can make a lot of money with people overreacting to the weather. We do this with
1,000%.
We do this with player props all the time. Oh, it's so windy. The quarterback's number drops 30 yards passing, and then all of a sudden lighten it up. So nice job on the.
The only time it's real, Andy, is when it's Jared Goff involved. That's when we
truth
don't have to overreact to weather if we have Jared Goff involved.
Truth. Let's see. My New Year's Eve did not go as planned. Me and my wife both got sick last night. I literally opened a glass of wine or a bottle of wine last night. I couldn't even bring myself.
I just got morning red wine. Well, I guess it's noon somewhere, Andy. It's noon somewhere.
Sitting here, yeah. So I had a very, very lackluster. I did stay up to watch the Ohio State game. Let's bring in Joe. Joe's got a lot of games to go over. Then we're going to do all around the world, and I'm going to go on my Ohio State fans rant.
Oh God.
I'll just tell you this, guys. Not a lot of text messages from my Ohio State fans. Not a lot. Not a lot. It's weird. No Happy New Year. No good luck today.
It's silent.
It was a good season. It's pretty quiet. Pretty.
What are the vibes like down there, Joe? It's got to be feeling pretty good. We didn't get Cristobal'd last night. Are we going to redefine what getting Cristobal mean, Joe? Holy shit.
Let me just first say Happy New Year. I'm hungover as balls right now. So let me explain to you exactly how it went last night. Listen, I was planning on making a very calm, nice night. And then, the U happened and the absolute smackdown of Ohio State. And boy, oh boy, that turned into a big party. A lot of Ohio State fans that were down here in the South Florida area, but it's amazing. The U fans coming out big time. Could you imagine being on the defensive side of the ball for Miami, and you've got like Ray Lewis on the sideline getting in your, you know what I mean? It's just, oh my word, what was going on there. But listen, job's only half done. With any luck, Carson Beck will get to face Georgia next week, his old team there, and then the storylines, well, it might be one of the highest rated games in college football playoff history.
I got to give
shout outs in the chat too, Joe. They're saying they appreciate you. They know you went to war last night and waking up and being ready to go.
I would be disappointed if you
was probably fun.
Yeah, I would be disappointed if you showed up looking great this morning.
Yeah,
I'll be like, what are you doing?
No, my New Year's resolution on the best betting show was that everyone's like, the art and the press, like, oh, I want to try some new things. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to try some new things. Like, in fact, 2 different styles of bourbon tonight. I'll be trying. That's my New Year's resolution, is I'm going to expand my bourbon horizon. So, yes, whoever that was in the chat, it was fantastic. Tasted even better watching Ohio State fans crying their beer. It was even better.
Yeah, well, absolutely gotta love it, Joe. I do want to hear you. You heard me talking about the weather here. Wondering your thoughts here on Alabama and Indiana. We're seeing a 7 up to 7.5 in some spots too. Thoughts on how weather maybe affects this game, or does that even a part of how you would look to handicap this one?
Listen, the numbers are clearly across the board telling us that Indiana is the better team on both sides of the ball. I mean, Alabama completely depends on the arm of Ty Simpson. That's it. They just don't have the kind of running game that they've had in years past, and that's going to be a problem. Like we saw Julian saying last night, trying to go up against that defensive pass rush there. If you dig yourself a hole, and Alabama could very well do that, it's one thing to come back on OU down, 17-0, whatever that was in that game. You're not doing that against Indiana. I think that's the problem. Alabama has no way of taking the air out of the ball. They're not going to have any success running. They don't do it well, which means you're going to have to ask Ty Simpson to do in conditions, to your point, Dan. You're going to have to ask him to drop back and throw the ball a lot, because I don't think Alabama is playing from in front in this game. And I think the minute that they're down, let's say 10 points or more, that Indiana team is just going to pin their ear back, man. And that's they're going to make life very miserable for Ty Simpson.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I think IU and Mendoza, like the offense and the coach, gets all the attention.
And how in the hell do you not know that IUPUI split into two universities, and one of them is IU Indy now? Damn it! It is IUPUI.
Is it IUPUI? Okay.
For years they were a cash cow to the under. Sucked.
This is how you know that Joe is crushing it in college basketball. He's breaking down IUPUI lore.
That's right. I'm listening to
He didn't say IU.
He
didn't say IUPUI. He said Indiana University, Indianapolis.
Let's be real. Yanni has. Let's be real. Yanni has no. Let's be real. Yanni has no clue where that school is, what the school is. That thing came across Yanni's desk, and he said, "Okay, how much do I got to bet on it?"
I'm shocked he spelled it right. So I mean, it's I'm just saying.
Joe, before we were getting ready for the show, we were prepping up here, and Yanni was in the studio. Girl walks in the room, and I was like, "Don't worry, Yanni, we're not live yet." And Yanni just turns around and he goes, "The view's great, babe." I can't.
You gotta love it. You gotta love. Happy New Year, VR. Yeah. Happy New Year, my man. Unreal.
Hey, can I defend myself right now?
Yeah,
do you know how many colleges there are in Indiana? Do you know how many colleges? Take a guess.
3? Well, now 4, because IUPUI split. So how many now?
Do you know there's 70?
Oh my God.
70?
What are those?
I'm telling you guys. When he said that, I was like, is that one of these other colleges I've never heard of? We have like these little colleges everywhere. There's 70 colleges.
There's like 70 kids at the school.
Really?
Future Farmers of America only campuses.
That's
yes, we have a ton of them. We have a ton of them. All right, Joe, we got to get to this next game.
John Deere Tech doesn't have a basketball team, by the way. I'm just saying.
Sponsoring a bowl game, though. They're sponsoring a bowl
game. Let's talk this Ole Miss Georgia game. We had a lot of fun with Lane Kiffin this year, but now Ole Miss is going to have to, they got a tough task here. Georgia minus 6.5 over under 55. And I don't know, this Ole Miss team, chip on shoulder. Like,
I'm sure they do. You see, the problem that I have with this game is that we were 6.5, I think, to open. Starting to see maybe a 6 popping up here or there too, but it's kind of stayed steady, even though all the tickets and all the money that I've seen has come in on Georgia, and yet I don't think we've ever hit 7 or more. So it's kind of just hanging out at this 6.5, and I think the public is all over Georgia. I do think the sharps are on Ole Miss at this point, but to me, the problem with this game is I have no idea how much not having Lane Kiffin is going to affect the Ole Miss offense? I don't know. And Tulane wasn't going to give us any indication of whether or not that was a problem. I mean, they got 514 yards. They were almost 8 yards of play. But that's Tulane. I mean, now you're going up against a Georgia defense and Kirby Smart, much better coached. I don't know how to quantify not having Lane Kiffin and his offensive acumen on that sideline for this team, because we haven't seen them not, go up against an equal or better team. And what do they do? I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, every part of me thinks don't bet against Kirby Smart in this spot. But if it gets to 7, I'll have no choice but to take Ole Miss. But right now, I figure I'll wait as long as possible up to kickoff to see exactly where the market goes and will there be any value by the time we get there. Because you know there's going to be some money coming in on Georgia late here as well.
Yeah, most likely. It's a stay away. These games today, I want to watch.
I know.
I'm not really involved with them. I just want to watch them. So, So Joe, we're gonna break down an NBA, but then we do a segment WTF or LFG. It's when Dan gives out a play, and we say LFG if we think it's going to win, WTF if we think it's going to lose. Dan doesn't have one today, but I have one in the Miami Heat game. So Joe, I want you to stick around and we'll go over that one. But let's talk NBA here. We got I'm laughing because we have Embiid and Anthony Davis on the same court tonight. What are the odds they both finish the game?
Get a tube of Bengay ready.
That's a great prop, Andy. What is how long before Anthony Davis or Embiid get hurt? 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes. I still don't know how he pulled his groin against Golden State on Christmas. Like, I have no idea on Christmas how he hurt himself. Still can't figure that out. So now he's not on the injury report.
Yeah, he's not even listed on the injury report. It was
no idea.
So
dude is total glass Joe.
Surely we can get a website to do the minutes, total minutes.
Yeah, I agree.
Embiid and Anthony Davis. Can we get a prop on that, please? All right, let's talk
ask
about
the
this.
Chat. Just ask the chat and have them come up with a prop for us, and we'll figure out whether we go over or under it. Because one of those two is going to stub a toe. The air conditioning is going to be too cold. Yeah, somebody's, you know what I mean? They're going to come down with the flu. Something is going to happen in this game. Something.
All right, that's your assignment, chat. How many minutes combined set the over-under for Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid tonight? And we got to decide over-under. Live chat, this is up to you.
Unreal.
All right, Joe. Philly, slight favorite, -2.5, over-under 231.5. What do you think about this game?
Philadelphia, we know, despite Embiid and Paul George and their AARP cards, they actually have been pretty decent. Edgecombe and Maxey appear to be one hell of a 1-2 punch. Paul George does, though, to his credit. He's finally looks like he's shaking off some of the rust, and, he's been very good as well. The bench isn't as deep for Philadelphia as I would like it to be. Dan, I'm sure as a Philly guy, he knows this, but I mean, if you're going to play a team like the Dallas Mavericks, who it's going to be Cooper Flagg and Anthony Davis or bust, what else are they going to bring to the table? It feels like if it's going to be a game where they're going to exchange buckets and not a whole lot of the Sixers, to me, which is why Dallas opened up as a 1-point favorite. They're now a 2.5, and now Philadelphia's a 2.5-point favorite. We've seen nothing but Philly money overnight, and I agree with it because, point for point, I'm sorry. I like the opportunity that the Sixers have here, not to mention Dallas, I believe, coming home for the first time after a pretty nice little road trip out west, which they didn't do all that well once Anthony Davis pulled his taint. I don't know what the hell that was on Christmas, and I had Dallas, can you tell? Which really pissed me off because they, even without him, they still couldn't get the 8.5 points covered. But I like Philly to get it done here. I think the points are coming from the Sixers tonight. I wouldn't even be opposed to maybe a Sixers team total over as well.
Wow.
Oh, that's a good way to attack it. I like that. That's a good one.
We put up a poll, by the way, guys. We do have a poll up in the chat, and we're asking people over under. The line set at 47.5 minutes combined for AD and Embiid. And basically all been under. It's basically all been under.
All under. Everybody's under. Yeah. Well, a chat room is not.
We can't move the line fast enough.
Nope.
Yeah. What are the odds the word re-aggravate is used in the broadcast?
RJ, the
RJ took the over. Yeah.
Eternal fading the public. That's RJ for you.
Way to go, RJ. You got your Lane shirt yet? How's that working out, RJ? You ready to go?
Pistons Heat line drops from 239, 236.5. Any thoughts, Joe, about your Miami Heat? They started off the year number 1 team in pace. I don't think we expected that. Yep. What's your take on the Heat at this point?
I thought Spoelstra told you everything you needed to know the other day in a great interview where he said, listen, the slower we get, the worse we are. He said, so we're going to want to make sure that teams – when they know we're coming to town or are going to face us, that we've got a ton of depth. We've got a certain style, which means you're going to have to be on your A game. It's going to require a ton of effort. It's going to require a ton of energy. And basically, Spoelstra's telling you that we're not going back to that old way that we are. We need to keep up the pace. And we need to put up the shots that we need to put up to, which, listen, look how many 140-point games this Heat team has had. Not all about pace, by the way. They're making efficient three-point shots, which is nice. Norm Powell is phenomenal, but they won't have Tyler Hero again. They did go through a little stretch where the points weren't necessarily there. That was during that losing streak, but they've put 3 together, 3 back-to-back, I think 3 wins in a row now. They dropped 140-plus in back-to-back games. The Pistons had been on the road for, a month, it feels like? When's the last time they had a home game? And now all of a sudden they come home. They finally beat the Lakers to end what was a scary 2-game losing streak there. But, Andy, I never liked the back teams' first game off a long road trip, their first game at home here, especially this time of year. They're trying to get acclimated again, get back, sleep in your own bed, all that kind of stuff there. I think the Heat are the right side getting the points here tonight. And I do agree with the under, too, because I don't think the Pistons at this point are going to want to run up and down the court with the Heat. I think they're going to try to slow this game down a little bit. I think the Heat could very well be a live dog tonight.
All right. So, Joe, tell everyone what you have up at WagerTalk, and then I want to have you stick around to tell me if you think my prop is a WTF or LFG. What do you have up for everyone?
I was about to put that Heat play up, but the hell with it now. I'm too hungover to type it in anyway. So you guys got that one. Take the Heat plus the points. I am locked. I do have on Saturday's NFL card. I got 2 plays in both games. One of them is a 5% max play that you have to go get. Do not miss out on this opportunity Saturday in the NFL. And then a couple more plays on Sunday. So I love Week 18. Gianni was talking about it earlier there. If you see an edge, play the edge in Week 18. And there are a few of them on the card this week with big edges. So, yeah, love this card, Week 18. A lot of people shy away from it. I think the NFL steps in crap once again, and somehow – not only if Tampa wins, now we got to watch New Orleans and Atlanta on Sunday. Like, can they get any luckier with week 18 games? It's unbelievable, the NFL, Andy. Unreal.
Well, they did step in it on Christmas. Christmas was pretty brutal.
Oh, my word.
Christmas was a little rough.
Yes.
Little rough.
Yes, good point.
And it's still got 20 million views. It doubled up, tripled up, and be insane. People will just watch direct. I enjoyed time with my family for once. I was like, finally, these games suck. Let's actually hang out with family.
Yep.
All right. The WTF LFG is very simple. There needs very little explanation. It's Jaime Jaquez. Will he make a 3 today? He doesn't take very many, but he has made a 3 in 7 straight games that Tyler Hero has not played in. And you're getting like minus 105 on this one. So, Joe, I am saying, yes, he will make a 3. LFG or WTF?
And the total is dropping. as the market believes we're going to get less of a. You're talking about a. Let's LFG. I'm with you, Andy. Let's go. I think they're going to keep the foot on the gas, and he could have. The question is, how many opportunities is he going to have? Make it or take one. Is it make it or take one?
You got to make it. But the last 5 games, he's shooting like 52%.
Yes,
for 3. So that tells if he takes 2.
Yeah.
He's
coming off the bench. So,
he gets the backups.
I like it. LFG, let's go. Jaime Jaquez, let's
go.
All right.
Andy, I'm using that. If it hits, it's going towards my record. I'm allowing it.
If it loses?
If it loses, it wasn't mine. It wasn't mine. Yeah. But if it wins,
and by the way, now we have to take IU Indy. I don't even know what the line is, but now we have to take. If that damn team wins today and we're not on it, we're going to beat each other. This is awful.
You're right.
You're right. All right. Joe, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. Congratulations. I know last night was awesome for you. Have a great day, brother. We'll catch up soon. Oh, that's great. I forgot.
Yeah, you got to love Joe, a true warrior. As Rob's asking him what's the amount of Gatorades he's going to be ripping. I mean, he was in good form. And folks, he mentioned what he has up, what Andy has up as well. I want to remind you, people love that special we had going. New 25 is the new name of that Xmas 25 special. Discounted packages, daily plays, year all access, any of it, folks. If you use code NEW25 while you're checking out at your favorite cappers page, you're going to take 25% off. New25, bringing the new year with some winners. Andy, before we get to your all around the world, what else do you got rocking?
I'm gonna do something that Johnny Detroit, if he's watching, I hope he's not watching. He will kill me. Do not buy anything from me today. Here's why.
WTF.
Use the promo code on me tomorrow to get a 3-day pass. We have a boxing best bet that goes off on Saturday, and you get all of our NFL plus our NBA, and in all around the world, I'm actually going to give you all 3 plays that are client plays to kick off 2026. So don't get anything from me. Don't get anything from me today. I'm just being honest. Get a 3-day pass tomorrow and use that promo code NEW25. We have a cricket play that we're going to go over, and boxing. I got to give our cricket department, who's Jan, it's one guy. He came to me a few months back and said, I think we should take advantage of these boxing markets. I'm good at boxing. I want to put these plays in. So I said, okay, 6-1. 6-1 since he started.
Pretty
so yeah. So don't get anything
only
from me
one
today.
way he could have been better, Andy. There's only one way. And that's if he went 7-0. Just one mistake.
I like that he got a loss out of the way early. I kind of like it. Get a little humbled and then ride into the big winning streak. So so don't get anything from me today. I'm going to tell you what we have up today. 2 small plays. Let's do all around. Actually, let's do the Happy New Year.
This is AI gone wrong, baby. We all look like Giga Chad.
So this one's not bad.
They made Gianni look like Pedro Pascal, though. And wait, let's pull up the other one, because this one literally, AI was convinced that he's Pedro Pascal. Look at Gianni.
Why did AI give Gianni the mustache? So Gianni, if you're looking at the screen, Gianni is on the far right, and for some reason, AI was like, this man needs a mustache.
Ross looks like Pennywise the clown without makeup a little bit. Jesse and I look like long lost brothers. Ralph's got a smile that says, "You don't want to know what's behind these eyes."
Is that
AI
Ralph
cracks me up.
Is that Ralph or Tim Waltz?
Ralph has people driving by his house all hours of the day. He doesn't know why. What are they yelling? I don't know.
But honestly, Teddy looks great. I think Teddy's is my favorite.
Teddy's actually looks like
Teddy's
Teddy.
is great.
Prez is what Prez thinks he looks like. You know what I mean? Great cheek structure. Strong smile. 6'4". And then Gianni is literally Pedro Pascal. That's ridiculous.
That's great.
So funny,
that's great.
So
all right,
funny.
let's do some let's do some free plays before we get out of here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Really, really appreciate you. We mentioned the Jaime Jaquez like I said, he takes 2 or 3 attempts per game, but he's shooting over 50%. If we get 3 attempts from him today, I think he's going to go over that one. So let's cash that one. Mammoth and Islanders. Dan, this is a new category that I'm trying to attack. It's blocked shots, and nice. Sean Dursey over 1.5 blocked shots. This play is 13-6 this year, and the Islanders well over 28 shots on goal. So Sean Dursey, really good at blocking shots. Like I said, 13-6 on the year. We're getting -148. So the math tells you, yes, this should be a play. And we will be playing Sean Dursey over his block shots for the remaining part of the season unless something changes. Cricket. A lot of you have followed cricket. Some of you have not. I'm just going to read you the write-up for this play. That way you get a little bit of an idea of what our cricket plays are and what the write-ups are. So this is a fade of the Royals. Cape Town is a strong buy spot here as Operation Fade the Monarch continues against the Royals. Royals are coming off a win that flatters them heavily, with the result largely gifted rather than earned. And the 2 positives from that match are not things that we can rely on going forward. An aging David Miller produced a big knock, and an inexperienced 21-year-old had a lot of success with the ball. Very low repeat outcomes across a tournament like this. Cape Town remained the most stacked squad in the competition, loaded with international level talent across bowling and batting. They still haven't truly clicked yet. This makes it an ideal time to buy in before the results catch up to the ability. So there's your free play. That's a 3% cricket play. You can get that at -165 on DraftKings. I have definitely locked this one in. So those are your free plays for January 1st. And again, don't get anything from me today. Use a promo code tomorrow. Let's get a 3-day pass, especially because tomorrow we're going to know a lot more about NFL props. So, yep, it's a really, really, really good weekend. So, and I wasn't kidding with Gianni. I have had the best and the worst weeks, week 18. I don't think I've ever broke even.
Yeah, the funny thing is about week 18 is it used to be like week 17 and 18 in the prop market. I remember when I first started working with WagerTalk, it was before everybody tweeted out all the incentives. You know what I mean? And there's still value in them. You know what I mean? But the numbers are still a little bit lower. And what we mean is those player incentives to hit certain, unlock parts of their contract that get them bonuses, get them other things. So, 3-4 years ago, even Andy, that was the gold mine, was find player incentives, see what's mispriced. If a guy only needs 2 catches to unlock, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, usually the quarterback is going to force the ball to him in week 18, even in meaningful games. And there still is some value to it, but I will say it's certainly priced in more than it was than even just a few years ago. And that's what we've seen with the prop market for sure, just across all sports.
Like the perfect example was last year, Mike Evans to continue the 1,000-yard
season.
He needed like 81 yards to get to 1,000, and the books put his prop at like 89.
Exactly.
So it was like, and guess what? He got to 1,000 yards, but he went under. So
exactly,
like the books know this. That's why you have to wait until almost the last minute to get some of these props.
For sure.
Yeah, I have. The incentive thing, like it was one of those things where you had the advantage over the books, and I just don't think you do. Maybe we'll have 1 or 2, but yeah, we look in other ways. So, all right, Dan, thank you so much. I still can't believe you had to drive to the airport this morning. You didn't tell me
coffee.
That.
Coffee, Andy. I didn't know that. I didn't know until about halfway through last night that we were like, oh, okay, we're also going to drive people to the airport after we rocked out all night. It was a good time, dude. Dirty. They did have me up on the stage. I did rock out a little, all the small things from Blink-182. I shot you the video, so enjoy that. It was a good time.
We'll post that on your social media. Dan rocking out to all the small things. It's so cool. Yeah, baby. It's so cool.
I'll put it up at Newbie Talks is where here I'll throw up on the way out, Andy, where people can follow us at Bump Sports over here at Newbie Talks. And Happy New Year, everybody. This is Andy a little bit under the weather, me on about 2 hours of sleep, and we're still here for you. And about 1,000 of you joined us, so we appreciate you. Happy New Year, everyone, and we'll be rocking tomorrow. And Andy, always a pleasure, man. Let's get it. 2026, the year of Dan and Andy. Dandy on the show.
Off and running, baby. Good luck on all your bets today. Football Friday tomorrow. Don't miss Football Friday tomorrow. It's always our biggest and best show of the week. coming rocking with Gianni, Marco, Teddy, all the usual suspects. Dan and I got a very difficult task to do the pick 5 super contest. This one's going to be tough. So let's cash some bets. Let's start off 2026 on our winning ways, and let's get big on Football Friday. Thank you so much for joining. Please hit the like button. It really, really helps us out. Have a great New Year's Day. We'll see you tomorrow.